What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel for spiritual evolution. I'm glad you guys are here. Again, most likely you guys came from TikTok, so thank you very much for checking out my content, and I hope my content has moved you. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about my experiences through my shadow, right? All of the things that I had to go through in order for me to get to where I am now, in order for me to learn about my past lives and who I truly am inside and actually step into my power. I had to heal a bunch of blockages that I had. And these blockages were very difficult for me. I literally went through hell. Like, that's the best thing I can describe it as, is that I went through hell and I went through so much pain. And I did it all on my own. Uh, all my family, they just don't understand, and it's not their fault. Like, it's if I didn't go through a spiritual awakening and I had like my brother or something go through a spiritual awakening, I wouldn't understand either. So I don't blame them. It's not their fault, but it was hard because I was alone. Um, and the things that I overcame in my mind, and the shadows and the healing, there was no one there to tell me that, oh, I'm proud of you, son, you did good, or whatever, blah blah blah, right? Um, so it was still difficult for me, but I healed that part of myself too, because I know that I am proud of myself. I'm the one that I'm proud of myself and have self love for myself, and no one else can give me that. That's a part of me that I healed. Anyway, so I'm gonna start off with my conscious awakening. I had a conscious awakening in 2020, and this awakening was kind of it's basically a spiritual awakening. I just wasn't fully in yet. So what happened was, I mean, this probably goes back all the way to 2016 when I first got hit with my first depression. It was like a week of pure suicidal thoughts, just really, really negative energy, man. Really, really negative energy. And I wanted to, delete myself. And that was around 2016. It lasted for like a week, and then it went away. And I was just like, I guess that's just depression. That's just part of life, I guess. Whatever. I'm getting older now. I'm 24 or whatever. So I'm guessing I'm supposed to be getting depressed, right? Programming. And so from there on, I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, okay, whatever. And then in 2018, near the end of 2018, the real depression hit me, really hard, really, really hard. And this lasted like 6 months. And it came in waves. It was like boom, boom, really depressed, and then it would go away, and I would have some type of hope almost. I'm like, wow, it's kind of going away, and then boom, it would come back. And what's worse is there would be days where I would wake up and I wouldn't be depressed, right? I'd feel normal. I'd enjoy the sun, and I would look outside. I'm like, oh, I'm chilling, and then I would remind myself, I'm like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be depressed, and then the depression would come full blast, like boom, full blast, and I'm depressed again, and it just took away all of my hope. And I honestly think that something was trying to, delete me, because I don't know, something was trying to get me to not continue on my mission, I think, or something, because it was really heavy. These attacks, like, they're not attacks, there's just fear, it's just negative energy, but I'll call them attacks. These attacks, right? And the main thing that was bothering me a lot, the main thing that was causing my depression was I kind of just lost hope when I was younger that there ever was a God, because I would see a lot of negative things and like, damn, the world sucks, everything sucks, right? So what's the point? There is no God, right? And when that happened, something happened in me. Like, something clicked to the point where I just didn't give a fuck about life anymore. I just didn't care. I just did drugs. I went to a bunch of raves. I was just not a good person for like those couple of years. I was just not a nice person. I was just all drugged up, just in a bunch of drugs. And honestly, I think it was all the drugs as well that I was taking that caused my depression, but it was gonna happen either way. Like, it was just my soul. Now that I look back, it was my soul. Like, yo, you're going down such a dark path, bro. You know what I mean? You're going down such a dark path. This is not our timeline. So he was just trying to warn me, like, dude, get out of here, right? So I know it was just my shadow, but it was very difficult because for those 6 months, every single day I thought about deleting myself. And there was 2 days in particular, and it was a weekend too. It was a Saturday and a Sunday. These 2 days were the hardest days of my life. The hardest days of my life. Every second I was thinking, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm gonna delete myself. I'm gonna delete myself. Right. Um, but I stuck through it, bro. I just like fuck that, because I was thinking of my little brother and I was thinking of my little sister, and I'm just like, dude, if I leave, like, I'm gonna leave them traumatized, you know? So it's like, fuck that. I'll just stick it out. Fuck it. And I even said it in my mind. I even told myself, I was telling myself, I guess this is just my life now. This is just my life now, but I can't do it. I can't off myself because my brother and my sister and my parents, it's just gonna be too traumatic for them. So like, fuck that. I'll thug it out for the rest of my life. I literally thought I was going to be depressed for the rest of my life. That's how strong this fear is, right? That's how much it had me. And eventually, I didn't even go to a therapist. I didn't even go to a therapist. What saved me was meditation. That's when I started to meditate, right? I was starting and it was guided meditations. So it was this depression that got me started in my spirituality, because it was the guided meditations, the ones that helped me go in deep and into my mind, and open my third eye. All the guided meditations, from there my journey began. It was like a conscious journey. And then in 2020, I after my depression, or my depression was still kind of like blah blah blah, right? It was still kind of up and down, but it wasn't as heavy anymore, right? It was lower. The 6 months were done. It was 6 months of just pure hell, and then it went away, and it was kind of like this and like this, like this. And in 2020, I found Stoicism, which is a philosophy. And when I found Stoicism, um, that's when I really started looking at just the world, at myself, self development, and I learned about chakras, I learned about energy, and I learned about, and it's when I started to be able to meditate and not have to use guided meditations and just be able to meditate even without music, and really go in my mind. I really started feeling my third eye a little bit more, but I still didn't believe. I knew energy was real, but I didn't believe in like spirits, and I didn't believe in ghosts, or I was just like, nah, that's fiction. Um, and around that time, 2020, I just created a. It's crazy how everything lines up, man. Everything lines up. So in 2020, I created a TikTok, right? I didn't know what I was doing with TikTok, but I knew I had to talk to people about self-development and stoicism. So I just created a TikTok and I learned everything about TikTok. Um, Eventually, I had obviously my spiritual awakening, and I stopped doing that TikTok, and I came and I'm doing this one now, and I'm doing this YouTube now. I kind of just changed to more spiritual rather than just purely self-development. And I also, for some reason, I just started copywriting, which is like business, marketing, and stuff like that. I just started doing it to make a little extra money on the side. Um, and it's funny how everything is just coming together, because life was just preparing me. Life was preparing me for this moment. I was literally learning TikTok's algorithm, TikTok's things, how to talk on camera, all that stuff, and then learned copywriting, which I'm going to be using now in this spiritual business. And it's just everything comes together perfectly. It's crazy. And you guys are going to see this too in your lives, right? You're going to see everything that happened to you, no matter, even if it's horrible. Later on, you're going to see like, oh, that was meant to happen. Like that was supposed to happen for me to grow, right? Even if it's a terrible thing, like it was like I learned from it. That's why I always say the shadow is your friend. The shadow is just a lesson, right? It's there to teach you lessons about love. Yeah, and so eventually, in 2023, last year, in July, I had my real, true spiritual awakening, big time. So I usually like to go on runs, and when I run, I get in like a meditative state, especially if I run for a long time. I like to do that stuff. So what happened was, I was about to get to my car, finish my run, and an inner voice. It was so clear too. It was different from other times. It was very, very clear. It, the inner voice told me, "Don't go to your car. Go straight. Keep running. Don't go back to your car." And so I was just like, "Ah, fuck it." I just followed the voice, and that was the best thing that's ever happened to me, because when I followed the voice, there was a song that came on, and this song triggered something. Like they triggered some feelings that I had inside that I didn't know I had, and a female spirit came to my side, like on my left side. It was a feminine spirit. She was kind of bluish, but I saw her. Like I fucking boom, like whoa. And it wasn't vividly like she was there, but it was like I just knew she was there. I felt her there. She was there, and she grabbed my hand, and she's like, it was like she wanted to show me the world. You know what I mean? And it was almost like she was saying like, dude, you're okay. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Like we're here with you. We love you, and we're here to protect you, and we're here to guide you, right? Like your journey is gonna start now. And since then, it's just been a bunch of aha moments, like wow, spirituality is real. And then another thing too, I got home that same day and with like this crazy like whoa, what that just fucking happened? What the fuck, you know? And then I sat down and I'm like, this can't be real, right? This can't be real. And that song that I heard, the song that triggered everything, on the timestamp it said 333. So that fucking was like, I was like, what the fuck? And then I just thought about my soul for some reason in that moment. I thought about my soul and I saw my soul in my third eye come out of sight, come out of me and like just give me a hug. And then that's when I just fucking started crying. Like so hard. I healed so much that day. Like my heart was buzzing that day. And since then I've just been healing and learning about myself and like and now it's like it's crazy. It's crazy now because I know who I am now. I know who I really am now, and I know my mission and my purpose now. You know. So yeah, this is my story. This is my story through depression and through conscious awakenings, to an actual spiritual awakening, to learning about myself and my past lives and who I am and why I'm here. I really do believe that I'm here to not awaken you guys because you guys are already awake. I am here to just guide you guys to your power. Big time because um yes, it's just divine masculine energy. That's it. That's what I am, right? Like there's just not enough divine masculines out there right now. So I really feel strongly that I have to say these things, say this message, and tell the world that the divine masculine is not what people think, right? It's not aggression and destruction. It is purpose, right? I want to help you guys find your purpose. So anyway, that's it. That's my story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I have so many more stories. I have a couple other past lives too, and I have some spirits that I'm talking to, and I do want to make videos about that as well. So yeah, stay tuned for those videos, guys, and yeah, until next time, namaste.